Welcome to Couloir Mining Talks. Today we're speaking with Marcel Robillard, President and CEO of Puma Exploration, a visionary company leading gold exploration in northern New Brunswick's prolific Bathurst mining camp. With over a decade of leadership at Puma and a proven track record in exploration, Marcel is advancing district-scale projects like Williamsbrook and Mackenzie Gold to create shareholder value while fostering community partnerships. Let's dive into his journey and learn about what Puma Exploration has to offer.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the time that I can spend with you, discuss a bit about the Puma's project and a bit of the forecast for 2025. So really appreciate the time that given to me to talk with you. Thank you.
Of course. So let's start with a little bit on the history.
Yes.
Marcel, you've led Puma Exploration for over a decade
Yes.
and have extensive experience in junior exploration.
Yes.
What initially drew you to this role, and how has Puma evolved under your leadership?
It's funny because I'm a geologist as background. So I've been studying geology and I've always been working in the Bathurst mining camp in New Brunswick. So I started my career there at the time that was Noranda. So Noranda, and then they have been bought out by many, many different companies up to Glencore. So my experience in field geologist was really, really Bathurst mining camp. So I really loved the area. And then I moved in Rimouski. That's where we have the head office is located in Rimouski. I joined a group at the time. We put Puma Exploration in 2003 on the stock exchange, the venture. The symbol at the time was PUM. Now it's PUMA on the venture. So I start to be there for project geologist. So, I kind of made all the step from project geologist, project manager, VP exploration, and then in 2009, I've been named CEO of the company. So it's not, to be honest with you, it was not a big change when I've been named. It's mostly continuity from what we've built since the first year. So basically, Puma was based from a spin-off, and it was really dedicated to do exploration in northern New Brunswick, that kind of area. So that's what drives me into Rimouski now, leading Puma Exploration for us. As you said, I think it was 2009. So time goes fly pretty fast.
While you were working around that area, did you ever think you were going to be the CEO of, such a company? Or
No. To be honest, if we go back really a little bit personal, when you're project geologist or field geologist, sometimes you're always living in your luggage, and you're 10 days there, 10 days there. So when I move on in Rimouski, I didn't know I really want to be geologist at that time. But, to have a more safe place, when you turn 26, 27, you want to have a family, build something, so you don't want to travel everywhere. So that was the idea there. And then when I move on all the steps, that's where, I get a bit more interested with the marketing, financial, also to find money. So that's a little bit the time. So to be honest with you, I go up and hit the rock only when the market is so bad. So instead of knocking the investor, I'm knocking rock. So I really still like geology. Sometimes it's good to be geologist when you're CEO because you like the rock, but sometimes it's not because there's a pitfall to find in love with a project because you like the science. You have to get something a bit a step back and really understand what it is and make the decision for the best of the company, not just because you really like the project. So that's a little bit what and how I've been now named CEO of the company. So it's just, something a bit more, the continuity. What make a big difference if we talk about the past was in 2019, because in 2017-16, we were still looking for base metal because Bathurst camp used to be renewed for base metal. It was the site of the biggest underground zinc mine in the world, Brunswick 12. So when I worked with Noranda there, we're trying to look for more base metal. That's the same as Puma did. But then in 2019-20, when there were big discovery for gold in Newfoundland, there's Newfoundland gold was there, Labrador gold at the time, Maritime as well, also Marathon with the Valentine Lake. So we decided together to say, okay, we have a great asset of base metal, but I think there's something that nobody really looked in the Bathurst camp, but it's just outside the Bathurst camp. It's more easy to locate when we're talking about New Brunswick, the Bathurst camp, which is famous and renowned. But it's just outside the Bathurst camp, so the rocks are a bit younger. But this is the same rock, same age, same feature as it is in Newfoundland. So in 2019, we said, okay, we should look for gold. We get a call from a prospector because we working there for 20 years. Then that brought some other people, prospector knows us, so they call us, said, I have a really nice grab sample with 50 grams gold in it. So he said, what I can do with it. So Dominic and us together, we went there and we decided to get the property. We made the first discovery. So then we said, okay, we knew that, the transition energy will come. We need copper. So instead of trying to search for everything, we said we're going to spin off or do another company with the copper asset. That's what we did back in 2020. So we sold the copper asset and base metal asset to Canadian Copper. So Canadian Copper now has their own management. Simon Quick, the CEO of the company, is a really good guy. He's been able to acquire one of the biggest undeveloped zinc play there and copper play, the Murdoch deposit. Now he has a bet to acquire the Caribou mine, which is just in line with that. So we have about 10 million shares of that company. So that's a little bit the reason why we call it the deer strategy for Puma, is to get, the discovery, exploration, acquisition, and royalty. I'm not talking just royalty about, getting 1 or 2% NSR. And royalty for me is also having stake in the company. So an investor of Puma, you don't only lean on 1 or 2 great holes or something like this, because there's many fold that it can be beneficial for the share price. Let's say that Canadian Copper have been great success. Now they're trading about 15 cents, 15 million market cap. It was worth nothing in my book, in my financial statement. Now it's a company listed that they worth $15 million. We have 10 million shares of that company. We have another $1 million to come in shares or payment. So that's a little bit what we try to do. We try to do a little bit thinking out of the box. We're Puma. We have our gold, fine gold deposit, Puma exploration. But because we're there, we have other opportunities around. And instead of not doing anything, we do try to keep those opportunities and generate value for the shareholders.
I understand Quebecers, have a lot of fun.
Yes.
What do you have to tell me about that?
But my way of thinking is that people, sometimes they are sad because they say the market is not good. There's other stuff happening, my share price. But I think that part of the job, for sure, this is all my energy is putting to that. But if you have a great family, you have friends, you can work hard, but at least you need to have fun. So I mean by that, we're serious in the work, but we're also serious in having fun. So that's a little bit different between some other people. I just want to keep it happy, all the team together. We have analysis in St. Quentin. That's where people is. And it's really important for us that people can get barbecue together, talk about geology. It starts from the CEO and up to the technician, the guy who just got the core. I mean, we need to get kind of a family. Our project manager on site, Alan Ube, is the godfather of my oldest daughter, Savannah. So, we've been working together for years. The other project geologists, we've been in school together, so we have 30 years experience. Me and Dominic have been working together for about 17 years now. So the good thing is try to keep the good people together, happy, and they're going to work harder. But also, we're in the maritime, so why not get some lobster sometime? And, it's best place to have good food and having a good life as well. Yes.
How important is chemistry to you as far as leadership is concerned and composition of a team?
Yeah, for me, I think the CEO, like my job is, I should not be the most talented guy in the team. If you want to be successful, you have to find the right people at the right place. And, nobody has the perfect job or the perfect reaction on anything. But what you have to find out is what is the best of each of them, put those best together and forget sometimes the little mistake or some other stuff, it's get together and having, as I said, an houses there where we can lodge the people, they cook together. At the end of the day, they have 1 or 2 drinks. And when you get there, you see, they listen, they're talking about the job, talking about how you find that and all the story. And that's bring more energy, good spirit,
more
but
chemistry.
Also chemistry. But more than that, I mean, it's help for finding the gold in the rock. Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
I would love to talk more about your projects. So
Yes.
Puma's projects are focused in the northern New Brunswick.
Yes.
Historically significant mining region. What makes this area such a compelling location for exploration today?
First is, when we're talking, there's 2 different parts of the area. What we call the Bathurst camp. has been mined and explored for base metal for years and years and years. Now that when I went to the camp back in say 96, 98, they had about 80% of the claim. So when a big corporation like this has 80% of the claim, what I mean the ground there, they cannot spend the money everywhere. They renew it, but they don't do exploration everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But where we are is just outside the Bathurst camp. There's a major fault there. Nobody believed that there were gold enough to get a mine there for years and years. Everything changed back in 2019
Mm-hmm.
when those 4, 5, 6 million ounces deposit has been discovered in Newfoundland.
Mm-hmm.
So this is that area, the boulder or the blocks that they found, the prospector with 50 grams
Mm-hmm.
back then, never get any follow-up on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, everything has to be found. So you can find a big elephant,
Yeah.
you can find everything. And the thing is, you don't need to drill right away deeper, expensive hole because you can find it at surface. So
Mhm.
what it is and what we try to do in that particular market is low cost exploration. Paved road is really important. Everything is within 25 kilometers from the paved road that links San Quentin and Bathurst.
Mhm.
That's the national road. We're drilling area. It's about 2-3 kilometers from that road on forestry logging road. That's first thing. The second thing is the houses or the car shack is about 30 minutes drive from the site. So we're not talking about helicopter. We're not talking
Mhm.
about like a really expensive cost.
Mhm.
We use local contractor that they are really happy.
Mhm.
But the main thing, if you ask me, what is different is brand new area where we can find everything. The good thing is as well for, the technical team is they can apply their own recipe. Because sometimes when there's survey done in 80s, geophysical survey, you say, oh, I won't pay for one more because it's already done. Sometimes location is not right. Now we decide, okay, what is the best thing? What is the best tool? It has never been used. So we get new target and we can apply our discovery model in that area. That's a big, big difference. Also, because we've been the first mover, sometimes it's good because you can stake claim as you want.
Mhm.
You don't have always make other play and deals with other people. But the bad thing on it is there's no synergy. But since we've been able to attract Kinross Gold, that was the first major gold producer in New Brunswick. They had some major gold base metal producer like Noranda or Falconbridge, but for gold, no major company.
What do you think
Yeah.
it attracted?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, what do you think attracted them to Exploration Puma?
Because there's different things. First is for sure the high grade gold. I mean, it's really amazing the gold that we found there. Like even in drilling, the first discovery hole was 5 grams over 50 meters. We have a lot of 2, 3, 400 gram gold at surface.
Mhm.
This is one thing. The size, also the property. The property is about 40,000 hectares. So what I mean by that, it's not just few claims that yes, you might have a part of a deposit. Now they can have a camp. We're trying to build a gold camp.
Mhm.
That point is like the Abitibi gold camp. There's many gold mines along a structural feature, a fault or something.
Mhm.
We could have everything like this.
Mhm.
And what they really like as well, because when you don't have any office or operation in the province, they like a team that they know are in the province. So
Mhm.
we've been working with the government for
Mhm.
20 years. We have an houses there. We know all the contractor. So for them, they cannot be a better situation. They having an option agreement to go for and GV later on,
Mhm.
if they go through with somebody that have been there for 20 years, they know we have good access to the First Nation, to the government. We know the rules.
Mhm.
So that's a little bit the reason why.
Mhm.
Management, when we get a meeting with them this during the conference at the RIG, and what they said is sometimes, it's not just the best project that we do a deal with. It's somebody that we can work and we know they are honest people. So, probably 60% is the grades, the potential, but there's 40% management, how we do things. And they have also, to be, don't have any trouble with the partner.
Of course, and the Williamsbrook
Yes.
Gold Project and Mackenzie Gold Project are
Yes.
Puma's flagship assets. Can you tell us more about what makes these projects unique, particularly the high-grade gold potential, as you talked about
Yes.
at Williamsbrook?
Yes. When we start working back in the 1920, we look all. So for sure, what is really exciting if we start with the William Brook is the grade. the continuity of the mineralization. And every time we go on site and do some trenching, stripping, and really field work, we find new spots. So it's something great because we start with one, discovery, which was the boulders. Then we find the length gold zone by doing really good job. It's continuous at surface for 700 meters. The government allow us to do big stripping to really understand. So, that's bring all that. But basically, what really excites people is the drilling result that we get from there. We only drilled 16,000 meters of drilling. The last 24 holes drilled at the length gold zone, half of those, like 12 over 24, hit visible gold. So, we know now the recipe how to drill. We know a little bit how to find those stuff at surface. So when we were almost done cutting the deal with Kinross, as we've been there for years and years, we knew some other area. But as a junior, you cannot be spread everywhere else. So what we've done is, as much advanced we were in talking and negotiating with Kinross, we had that new play. When you call it the Mackenzie Gold, this is the new play, because I don't want, as Puma, as an investor in Puma as well, is not just wait that Kinross doing the work. They have a $2 million commitment this year, which is pretty good. We don't have to finance that. They put the money in. But also with the Mackenzie Gold, we had some idea that were high-grade gold. So we use our same protocol, the same exploration strategy, and we find those also veins. So that, to us, it's all a big, big system. But now we just have to put the piece together to really confirm,
what's there.
And, you can find very high-grade gold vein in one places that can be disseminated gold somewhere else.
Exactly,
that could be porphyry gold somewhere else, can be skarn. Because, when there's, mineralization event like this, it's not just one event. It comes together and there's many things.
Over years,
like millions of years. So maybe Lynx is not the best one. We don't know, because as probably really 10% of the William Brook has really been explored really deeply. We could not do that without, diluting too much. So the deal with Kinross is perfect. So what we want to do is, we have now a deal with Kinross. Now what we want to do is to apply the same model at Mackenzie Gold, bring it from the first discovery we just announced last week, and bring it to the next level, to the decision making. So we don't know, are we going to be doing the exploration ourselves, or we're going to find another partner, or we're going to mine it, or something like this. This is the decision will be made. But hopefully, every time we have a new play, the time from, the acquisition to the decision is going to be shorter and shorter, because we know a bit what the best tool to use.
So essentially making sense of the whole picture step by step.
Exactly. And then we had another card, is our subsidiary. If Canadian Copper is very successful in this plan, and they trade $1, but we have 10 million shares of that company. So it's worth like $10 million, whatever, they might be taking over or do the mining stuff. For sure, it's a spin-off. So it's not the first decision for us to sell the share. That's not the goal. I mean, I'm a director of the company. We have a big stake in the company. So I don't want to sell that, but sometimes it might even help them to sell 1 million shares or something if they ask me for a block or something. So that could be another way to not just go back and do private placement, retail people, flow through shares, and get back to the same circle. So we try to avoid and have a new idea.
Of course, yeah. I would love to talk more about your strategic direction, Puma's DEER strategy, as you coined the term.
Yes.
Discovery, exploration, acquisition, and royalties.
Yes.
It's been a key part of your approach. How does this strategy create value for shareholders?
Yes, that's a bit, what I said is, instead of having just one iron in the fire, having an investment in Puma, you're not lean on just one drill or, discovery or the work done on one project. I mean, by doing that strategy is to create value by something that they have no value in the book. Let's say the Canadian Copper asset. They were in my book for about, few $100,000. We did the spin-off, we did a new company, and now it's worth $15 million. So when we did that company, we dividend the share to our shareholders. So the people that they had some Puma shares, so they get about 20 for 20 Pumas, they get one new share. So the first 6 million share was dividend. So the people that they were invested in Puma, so they have now a new vehicle would be Canadian Copper. That's their choice to keep it, sell it, do whatever they want. But at least it's pretty, you don't see it too often when a junior company dividends something. Most of the time, junior company, they do private placement, they do investment, and then, the only way to get the cash back is taking over or having a production, which is long in the term. But now, having that asset. So this is one thing. Also, we sold some project with Raptor Resources. That's an Australian company. We had some cash with it. So we get $500,000 Australian. We get 4 million share. There's another payment in June due for 375,000 Australian, another 4 million shares. So that company should be an IPO in the first quarter. So again, Puma, for sure, a bit more than the investor, but having shares in Puma, if Puma is really successful, you're good as well. So, those shares, we don't know what we do with it. They might go to $1, $2, 50 cents, whatever. So that's the way. And stay tuned because we're ready to do the third one. So we're going to do a new company. The thing which is hard in that strategy is not to build company or do more, is to get a new management, because I don't want to be president CEO of 3 companies. I have already, full job with one company. I want to be really successful with Puma. So that strategy trying in a way to get less dilution, get a better return. And then if you have some other asset that they are really successful, so I don't lean on just few discovery old. Yes.
Just to talk more about the intercepts and geology at some of your projects.
Yes.
The Lynx Gold Zone at Williamsbrook specifically has shown impressive results, including high-grade intercepts like 5.55 grams per ton gold over 50 meters.
Yes.
What do these results reveal about the project's potential as a whole, and what's next for the Lynx Zone?
Yes. I mean, those results first, for sure, attract the attention from the people. That 5 grams over 50 meters was the best hole drilled in that week over Canada. So for sure, it's a world-class discovery. That means that the potential to have more than that is there. So that's really great. Also, those high-grade veins, more and more that you drill, that you understand it, so it generates themselves targets for deeper. It's open at depth, only 350 meters. So those discovery, as we can see, because we compare with some other models, Sunday Creek, let's say in Australia, some other stuff, that sometimes, those veins is stacked veins. So we can have 4, 5, 6 very high grade veins. And, the way that you understand to drill it, this is the potential. But we have only drilled 16,000 meters. If you compare other places in the area, let's say Newfoundland Gold has about 500,000 meters of drilling. There's a Marathon Gold is 450,000 meters of drilling. So, you need more to really put potential. But what I can say, though, is we had great result, enough grade to bring a major gold producer interested. They don't want to go there for, let's say, 1 million ounces of gold. They are there for the big run. They want like a world-class deposit, and a world-class deposit for them is 6, 7, 8 million ounces of gold. So is it there? I don't know, but at least they see it. So all the work, all the discovery that you mentioned were there, and the biggest upside of it is it attract a major company to invest and put their first investment in New Brunswick. So that's a bit what is, to me, the best in that target. If you're talking about the amount of ounces there, I won't never tell you, because to me, I can tell you 20 million ounces. So there's no limit for me. This is what it is, but it's very, very too early to know what it is. The good thing is finding the Lynx Gold Zone, define the Lynx Gold Zone by drilling. It's great, but now we need to find out how many lengths is on the site. So, having that piece together and having partnership with Kinross, they have other tools, other ideas. They've been mining everywhere in the world. We're, as you said, you're a small junior company working for gold in that area, but we're not expert. We're good. We're field, really good on field. We're good worker. We know how to do this work, but sometimes they have models, they have ideas. And hopefully that partnership will bring a bit more knowledge and the way to find more stuff there. That we're going to apply everywhere else in New Brunswick, because the deal that we've got was for William Brook, but we have the other place that it's, ownership is Puma,
Mhm.
and we have the two hands on the wheels. So we want to benefit on it. Yes.